What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones Season 7 Death Prediction video. If you missed my last video about which characters I think will die next season, definitely check that out as soon as you can. I'll put that link down in the description also. But let's get right into today's video because there are several more characters that I think are going to die during Season 7. There will be some spoilers and leaks in this video, so proceed with caution. The first character on this list is Beric Dondarrion. Beric is a member of the Brotherhood Without Banners who is most likely heading north of the Wall on a mission from the Lord of Light. The cold winds are rising and the dead rise with it, and I think Beric will be killed by the Night King or his army. Beric Dondarrion will go north of the Wall with a group of characters next season, and during this mission he will be killed. Beric's final role in the books was to bring Lady Catelyn back to life. Now they obviously aren't going to be doing that in the show, so Beric is definitely running around on borrowed time. He will be one of the characters that are killed on this mission to raise the stakes and make it more dramatic and even a more intense and life-threatening situation. 12 characters might go beyond the Wall, but 12 characters will not be coming back unless they come back as a white. Beric Dondarrion died in the books and he's gonna die in the show. They should send him off in a good way though, since he sacrificed his life in the books for someone else to live. Hopefully he will be able to do the same thing in the show. But since we're talking about the Brotherhood Without Banners, I might as well go right to the next character from this group that I think is going to die, which is Thoros of Myr. Thoros will also be on this same mission next season with Beric Dondarrion and the Hound. We saw Thoros of Myr in Iceland with Gendry getting ready to film scenes that are going to be north of the Wall. The plot leak actually said that Thoros of Myr would get attacked by a zombie polar bear and that's how he will die. Obviously, I'm not sure if it's going to happen like that, but either way, I think he will be killed on this mission as well. It would be awesome if we saw a polar bear fighting in the Night King's army, but it's hard to say if they're going to spend money on that kind of CGI. Even though I think Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr are going to die, I also think we will see them again as whites fighting for the Night King. We will be seeing some characters we are familiar with get turned into whites without a doubt, and these two characters will be some of them. Next on the list is Yara Greyjoy. She is currently sailing to Westeros as a part of Dany's fleet, but before they even set foot on the beach at Dragonstone, they will be attacked by Euron Greyjoy. We got a glimpse of this battle taking place in the new trailer, and as you can see, it's going to be one hell of a fight. Euron can fight on the sea just as good as the Dothraki can fight in the open field. During this battle on the sea, Yara Greyjoy will be taken prisoner by Euron Greyjoy. She will then be taken to King's Landing, most likely as an offering to Cersei Lannister. I think there are a few different ways Yara will end up getting killed. As soon as Euron hands her over to Cersei, she could end up being executed right away. Or she could get a more slow and painful death that can be administered by the Mountain. But I also think Theon may try and save her. Theon's character is still in the process of completing his story arc, and I think a way for him to do this is to try and do the unthinkable, which is getting behind enemy lines and saving his sister. Something Theon does not appear to be capable of right now. But I think he will attempt to save his sister just like Yara tried to save Theon when he was a prisoner of Ramses. Only I think Yara may end up getting killed during this rescue attempt. Somehow I think this rescue attempt will get botched, just like Yara's did when she tried to get Theon back. Theon will probably be very close to freeing his sister, but then she will be killed right in front of him. And this will be the tipping point for Theon, the driving force to get him to kill his uncle Euron. Unfortunately for Yara, she may be the sacrifice to get Theon's character to finally snap out of that reek shit and kill Euron. This leads me to the next characters that will die next season, which are all of the Sand Snakes. The plot leak said 2 of the Sand Snakes will die when Euron attacks the fleet, and this does appear to be true. When we see Euron with his prisoners in King's Landing, he only has 2 of the Sand Snakes with him, so the other 2 most likely died, just like the leak says. Now there is a chance they could have escaped, but I doubt it. We all know that Dorne has been a complete shit show ever since Oberyn Martell died. When Oberyn Martell died, the Dorne plot died too. Now Dane and Dave are trying to take Dorne completely out of the show, and I don't blame them. I think once the Sand Snakes are killed, we will never see or hear about Dorne again. Ellaria was the one who killed Cersei's daughter, so I wouldn't expect her to be shown any mercy, and the Sand Snakes will meet the same fate. When Euron hands them over, they will be executed. Tyene will definitely be killed. I'm sorry, but Bronn will not be saving her. I know some of you think that, but Dorne is about to be extinct from this show. I think Dan and Dave are hoping they can kill everyone off as fast as possible, that way we forget about them. Out of sight, out of mind. Now this next person on the list really breaks my heart to say this because he is easily one of my favorite characters, and I am talking about none other than Tormund Giantsbane. I would really like Tormund to survive the entire series, but I think Jon and Dany will both lose a big character from their teams this season. We know the show is winding down, and some of these second and third tier characters will be killed off, unfortunately. I think Grey Worm will die from Dany's camp, and Tormund is going to die from Jon's camp. But on the bright side, the Hound will most likely replace Tormund for Jon's team. The Hound has a much bigger role to play in the end, but I think someone like Tormund is expendable. He could be another character that dies on this mission north of the Wall. When Season 7 is over, we are really going to feel the presence of the Night King and his army, and with the loss of some of these characters like Tormund and Grey Worm, it will increase the urgency of Jon needing to rally the realm to fight together on the same team. But I do really hope I'm wrong about this. But for some reason, I just have this feeling that Jon and Dany both will lose at least one of their best fighters this season. Randyll and Tarly are both going to die as well too. I forget whose chat I was in recently, but during a recent live stream, I was talking with some people in the chat about Randyll Tarly and who he was going to be fighting next season. Randyll Tarly is currently the greatest military commander left in the show, but in the open field against the Dothraki and the dragons, he will be defeated. Randyll and Tarly will both be involved in what is most likely the biggest battle scene Game of Thrones will have ever done, which is being dubbed as the Field of Fire 2.0. We got a shot of this battle from the trailer, and we can see Dany's army charging full steam ahead, with a massive dragon flying above, which will provide them air support. This is going to be a bloodbath, and Randyll Tarly is going to make the fatal mistake of choosing to fight alongside the Lannisters against Daenerys and her army. As you can see from the leaked photos, the Tarlys will be fighting with the Lannisters, and they're side by side. You can see them right here making a defensive wall in the open field. But once Daenerys has her dragons unleashing hell upon these men, I do not think they will stand a chance no matter how great of a military strategist they are. Randyll and his son Dickon will be killed. We also know Sam has one of the biggest roles to play in the show for the endgame, and we can't have his father running around wanting to kill him, now can we? Randyll Tarly will be removed from this game without a doubt. But there is one more character that I want to mention in this video and I think will die next season, and that person is Melisandre. There are at least 4 different ways I think Melisandre can die next season, so what I'm going to do is make a separate video about this. That way I can go into more details, so this will be like a little teaser for my next video, which will be about the various ways I think Melisandre can be killed off of the show. Most people say Arya is going to be the one to kill her, but there are several other ways that are just as likely to happen. But before I sign off, I have to give another big shout out to another Patreon supporter. Just the other day, Dennis Chadwick donated $20 to support the channel, and at the time that was the biggest amount ever pledged. But someone else donated last night and a new record has been set. I hope I don't butcher your name, but I believe it is pronounced Rhiannon, and they pledged $25. I want to thank you very much. You have now set the bar very high. I really appreciate the support everyone has shown to the channel. It does mean a lot to me. I hope all of you have a great day, and I'll see you all down in the comment section. Bye.